It's your G King Shu, man. Hotel family. Forgive me, man. I just woke up. But real quick, man, I want to talk about war, and I also want to talk about kind of like the superstition and spookiness of our people, and the misconception of the spirituality of our people. A lot of our people want to believe in magic, and they want to make it seem like our ancestors were super spooky. No, you super spooky. Don't put that on our ancestors. But I'm just here to offer a different perspective, just to tell the tale of just to tell the story of the lion and not just the hunter all the time. So, for example, people think, always talking about, like, especially with Kemet, they talk about how they deify different deities, but they don't understand why they did it and the mentality of the person who was doing it. So you might have a person deifying water, the water goddess, but these people live next to the river. So this river provides so much for them. It provides water to drink, it provides fish for them to eat, and also transportation for them to go up and down the river or what have you. The water is not suspended in air, it's connected to the earth, so they might give reverence to the water, the earth, the sky. These things is, what's necessary for life. So I know you probably like, yo, shoot, alright, that's tangible shit, that's elements, but what about like Set? Well, with Set, to segue into the thing about war, Set, you might need to persuade the mentality of the people to have a Set mentality. The leader might need a Seti mentality. Seti the first. We even have a brother right now, our warrior right now, General Seti, who took the same name, and you see his energy, that warrior mentality, and this is the mentality and energy and deity that you need protecting you during this time. So you might see certain people calling on certain warrior deities and calling for the protection during war. Asking, they find glory in war. That's the mentality you need in war. For example, like with America, we give reverence to our troops. Well, I'm not gonna say our, but they give reverence to their troops. You can't say nothing bad about an American troop. Half them niggas over there raping and exploiting, poor melanated people, little kids and little boys and little girls over there. Like, in these different countries. But they not talking about that. They talking about how they giving them democracy. They say the positive things. So it gotta be the same thing. They don't talk about how they over there killing children and shit. So we gotta have the same mentality. So that's why we might have to leave when it's wartime. You generally left the women at home, because our women, the black women, is the most beautiful women on the planet, the most benevolent women on the planet, the most empathetic women on the planet. A black woman, like, is no love like a black woman's love. This is not even just talk. Like, this is like scientific fact. It's only I'm not even gonna get into all that, but it's only a black woman that can love a person that mistreats them, hurt them, and drag them through the mud. There's so much evidence of that, of our women doing that. I'm pretty sure I don't really have to give any more examples, but it's their gift and their curse. So if we out there, we might have to put a hole in, kill a baby. Our women is likely to jump in front of the baby. We can't be having that, because this is a time of war. So we'll have our women, our children meet us at the promised land, and if we make it back, we'll meet them there. Also, we have to have certain funds for the warriors, certain funds for the warriors to, if something happened to them, we take care of all the expenses and also take care of the family. You need that to encourage people wanting to be warriors. If you don't take care of your warriors, why am I going to die for my people for nothing? You understand what I'm saying? So you also got to, build confidence. So, like in boxing, when a person fighting, right, and you teach him to fight, you don't automatically put him in there with a person who's a dog. Like, you don't put him in there with a dog. You put him in there with somebody that he could beat. And what that's going to do is build his confidence. And as you build his confidence, he gain confidence in the tools that he got. Then he'll be able to distinguish his ability, or what have you. But in the time of war, it's all mentality. So if we gotta kill women and children, we can't afford that. our people over here talking about how bad our warriors are for what they did, killing the enemies, women and children. Because that's gonna kill their psyche. That's gonna kill their confidence. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So you might politically sway the people through the deity set to put us in that mode. You understand what I'm saying? The people is always not in the know. It may look like a miracle to the layman folks, to the sheep, to the outsiders, but to the priests, to the initiated, to the royalty, people know it's more mathematics, science, and politics than anything. For example, I was watching this movie, right, and it was two different sides. These indigenous people, two different sides, and the prince, the king's son on one side violated the other side, but he violated nobody. They couldn't catch up to him, so it was like they was on the verge of war. It was beef, it was tension, it was fights and all type of shit. Anytime they came across each other, and it was about to be full blown war. Long story short, they caught the other side caught the king's son. When they caught him, they didn't kill him right there. They took him to the king and was like, "Yo, we about to kill him for the violation of this, what he did to us." And the king on this side, was like, "Yo, if he really did this, then it's only right that I kill my own son, because and sacrifice him to the gods of war, to the god of war, to make our strength stronger, our bond stronger, and to maintain peace amongst our people." So to the outside people, you might be looking like, "Oh shit," but he called everybody to the altar. He just sacrificed his son to the god of war, and now we have peace. All the people knew that, we was about to beef with these people. All of a sudden, he killed his own son and sacrificed his own son. Now we good. So people might see that as magic, but what they don't see behind the scenes was the king made this decision to kill his own son. Now people probably looking at me like, "Yo, shoot, like what type of time are you? I'm not killing my own for the other side." But what you fail to realize, all those people are one people. They just different factions, no different from Kemet and Hebrew. You understand what I'm saying? No different from Blood and Crip. No different from A-Trade Gangster and Rolling 60. No different from Black Disciple and Gangster Disciple. You know what I mean? No different from the East Side and the West Side. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just we the same people. So he killed his own son to maintain peace, so he wouldn't lose more people, more casualties. Anybody in the gang life, and it's a lot of gangs right now. It been war going on for 20 years, since the 70s, or however long, like 50 years since the 70s, and all because people didn't do what was necessary, or people think whatever. But and look how many people lost their life. Look how many more of your friends lost your life because you didn't make the correct sacrifice at that time. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't give. Now, I'm not saying you automatically give him to the enemy, because the enemy might do him any type of way. You may give him a more respectful, quick, painless death. They might torture him and beat him to death over there. So you see what I'm saying? But we must maintain order. You know what I'm saying? So the moral of that move is, one individual, even if that individual is of the leadership, even if it's the leadership, no one man is bigger than this whole thing. No one man is bigger than the tribe. No one man is bigger than our people. You understand what I'm saying? This mentality you gotta have. And also, they always talking about cannibalism and things like that. Well, with the cannibalism, like, as far as like you got these different warlords. First of all, they provide. I'm gonna get into that, but people don't realize when you're in war. I'm just offering the perspective of war and the mentality you gotta have. If you at war, these people in the bush, it's no stores out there. It's not, they don't eat sometimes, there's no food sometimes. So if you kill an enemy, to maintain your strength, they might eat the flesh of the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? It's no telling. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give a different perspective. That go back to what I was saying, the vegan diet in my other video, vegan diet ain't African. This is what I'm saying. When you talking about survival, that's a whole different story. You have a whole different group of, you prioritize different. But another thing, as far as the warlords in these third world countries, it's the same thing like in the hood. Half these fucking, alright, it's like this, yo, especially with war. Now, this part of, I'm talking about war amongst ourselves now, when we beef with each other, right? When we beef with each other, sometimes we gotta think, Who the fuck is supplying the guns? If we not manufacturing our own guns, who's supplying the guns? You know what I mean? And is he supplying the other side too? You see what I'm saying? Because I was watching this movie and I don't know if I explained this already because I'm filibustering, but I was watching this movie and he was an arms dealer, this Jew. He was a Jew, arms dealer, and the whole thing about it, he was selling guns to whoever, you know, to get money. He was a local dude. So once he got his once he started coming up in the game, he wanted to start to sell to countries. But it was a guy who was like really, you know, already established. He wanted to sell guns to countries. So he approached a dude who was already established. Long story short, he brushed him off like a little nigga. Like, you feel me? You don't even know what's going on. You think you got this figured out. See, we not the same. I pick a side. So the dude like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Who you think you talking to? We the same type of nigga. Like, he's like, no. So he was like, I pick a side. So he was like, what happened with this country? You sold to both sides. And he told the young man like, yo, you ever thought that I wanted both sides to lose? You feel me? So keep that in mind. When they dropping gun crates off in Chicago and in Baltimore and New York, whatever, and, you know what I mean, in Cali, when they dropping these crates of guns off, don't automatically pick that shit up to go kill the person you think is your enemy. Don't go kill the nigga you went to school with when y'all was young, the nigga you used to play with, and then all of a sudden y'all go to different high schools or whatever, now y'all, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But the whole point of what I'm saying is, keep in mind who, you know, if you want to kill the market, if you want to hurt something, kill the whole market, and you got to kill it by the foundation. You feel me? If you don't kill the foundation, it could keep growing. Like, if you don't take the tree out by the root, it could keep growing. So so if you, like, for example, they, you know, all melanated people across the world, we suffering. They out there trafficking humans, you know, for sex, for slavery, this, that, and the third. Now we want to go out there and we want to go save individuals. Like, nah, my mentality is like, we got to kill the market. Who's buying? Who's buying? Once we get rid of the niggas who's buying, ain't no more, you know, hustling and supply and demand. You trying to kill the hustler. Like, no, I'm trying to kill the demand. If you kill the demand for it, then the hustle is dead. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to keep that in mind, man. Like, yo, we just got to start telling our perspective of the, we got to start telling our perspective of the hunt. We got to tell the perspective of the lion and not just the hunter. You understand what I'm saying? Even, you know, back to what I was saying, even with the poachers, you know, they out there, they killing these, I mean, they arresting these black poachers, you know, because they killing these animals. Well, who's the man in the fucking ivory? Who's the man in the flesh? Who, you understand what I'm saying? They the problem, not the people who going to get it. Them niggas is suffering. They starving, they struggling. They found something that's lucrative for them and they taking advantage of it. They don't give a fuck about what's right and what's wrong when survival is the case. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into the superstitious thing real quick. Our people not as superstitious as we think. We want to believe in magic and shit so bad, and I'm always gonna reiterate that. We like to bring up our ancestors in Haiti, how our ancestors fought against the French with voodoo. But what we fail to realize is the priest and the initiated is in the know. This is pure science. This ain't nothing spiritual about no motherfucking ain't nothing spiritual about voodoo. Ain't nothing spiritual about or spooky or whatever you want to call it about none of that shit. It ain't no heebity jeebity hum little hum. It ain't none of that. This is real science. This is math and science. So I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Anybody familiar with Haitian voodoo? It was a tradition of turning people into zombies. Long story short, the people wasn't turning into zombies. It was the people that was the spirit, that was the placebo effect. It wasn't people turning into zombies. It was the priest who scientifically knew how to make certain concoctions out of pufferfish skin, which had a certain level of toxins that would kill humans. But if you had the right amount, if you was mathematically and scientific enough to know the right amount, you could have you know, it won't kill the man, but it'll assimilate death. He'll look and act like he's dead, but he's not really dead. If you give him too much, it will kill him. If you don't give him enough, it won't put him out. But it don't kill him. And once it wear off after a few days, the person come back reanimated, you know, this, that, and the third. So if you don't give him an autopsy, you think the person is dead. This is, so, you know, to the person, the spiritual, the superstitious person, you like, yo, this is magic, this is voodoo. Like, no, this is science. So once we learn the science, the actual science of it, then we will be able to reproduce it and really be effective against our enemy. But as long as we throwing shit at the wall to see if it stick, we scratching matches. You niggas is faking, B. I'm just calling it what it is. I don't give a fuck about none of your voodoo shit, like none of that shit. Cause all I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna put a gun, I'm gonna put a bullet in your head. You know what I mean? And that curse gonna die with you. You know what I'm saying? On the superstitious level, but on the scientific level, if you put something, if you understand what I'm saying? Like, you put something in somebody's system, a certain herb, it's nothing you can do with that. This is scientific. Now, the placebo part is the ritual. Anybody familiar with the placebo effect? It's like, for example, I'm gonna give you a small example. If I tell you, I'm gonna give you steroids, it's gonna make you stronger. Now, I give you a pill, and I give you a needle, I inject you, and you start lifting heavy shit. You like, oh shit, the steroids work. But I know I didn't give you no steroids. I know I ain't give you no steroids. I gave you regular water or saline water in your IV. But in your mind, you think it worked. That's called the placebo effect. And the key component of that was the needle. So another thing, if I tell you this is going to kill you and I give you the pill is the key component to reinforce the science. So the ritual of the voodoo, the skull, all that extra shit is to reinforce the placebo effect. You understand what I'm saying? But it's not really a placebo effect. I'm giving an example. It's to reinforce the effects of the science that you really put on them niggas. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Just give a different perspective. My mouth dry as a bitch. I'm out here. I'm about to get something to eat, something to drink. I just wanted to give a different perspective of war. And when they talk about our people being superstitious and spooky, like, no, speak for yourself. If this what you into in modern times and you want to, believe in magic, that's cool. But we trying to survive and really be free. I don't got time for shit that make you feel good. We need shit that's effective. Now, I'm not saying totally dismiss it. That's why I said it's a method to the madness. But you have to use it the right way. If we not using that magic shit the right way, then then save that shit for your house. Like, I don't care about your sage. I don't care about you dancing and doing yoga and not shaving your arms and you know what I'm saying, and you niggas wearing ankhs and like that shit don't matter. That shit, you got altars and all that. Your altar don't mean nothing. You're not applying real science to it. That's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? That's all superstition. Like, you feel me? But I just wanted to give the mentality of war and and the mentality of our people. Also, I'm gonna get into that later. But war, you have to have a different mentality when it comes to war. You understand what I'm saying? And I just wanted to give that different perspective. So when you see certain things or when they portraying our people on TV, try to be empathetic. Try to think what type of mentality they have, or try to picture if you was in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe you'll have a better understanding of why they made the decision they made. You wouldn't be so quick to condemn a brother like Umar. You'll take the correct steps and like, okay, we're gonna bring him back in the fold, and once he get in the fold, we're gonna give him the 3rd degree. Like, bro, what the fuck? Hold on, let me not say that, because as I learned, my mother used to, there's some old saying that old folks used to say the 3rd degree, like they they questioning you hard as a bitch. But I don't know if that got anything to do with the Mason shit. But if it do, let me not even say that. But they gonna we bring Umar back in the fold. We put the heat on him. We press him and make him do the right thing. If not, we get, you feel me? Anybody who's not going according to the colony, the fold, the tribe, no one man is bigger than this nation. You feel me? And that's the mentality we gotta have. So I'm just gonna every so often give a different perspective, a Nubian perspective, King Shu's Nubian perspective. You also have your own Nubian perspective, and feel free to give your perspective, and we eat the meat, spit out the bones, and see what work for our people. I'm just offering mines, but once you and come with something intelligent, please don't just come with something that sound good if you didn't do extensive research, and don't just talk because you got a mouth. Like, we trying to figure this shit out for real. So as always, man, it's your G King Shu, man. Africa for the Africans, man. We hood, but we good. Global African unity, and we will win. All right.